Good afternoon. This is the Owensboro Board of Commissioners public hearing, September the 3rd, 2024. Call the meeting to order, and at this time I'd like the City Clerk Beth Davis to please call the roll.
Commissioner Pam Smithroyd. Here. Commissioner Sharon Neesmith. Here. Mayor Tom Watson.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Mark Castlin.
Here.
Commissioner Bob Glenn.
Here.
Thank you. And as in all aspects of finance, we need to call on Angela.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
We're here to have a public meeting on the proposed 2024 tax rates for the City of Owensboro. KRS 132.027 requires us to have this hearing, and the hearing is this. The tax levied last year was 0.2640 and produced revenues in the amount of $10,868,630 from real or ad valorem property. This year's compensating rate is 0.2510 and will produce revenues in the amount of $11,036,911. The City of Owensboro, Kentucky proposes a tax rate of 0.2610, which will produce a total of $11,476,629 in revenues. Revenue expected from new property is $134,049. It is also proposed that a personal property rate of 0.2825 be set. This will yield estimated revenues of $1,280,839. Revenue received in excess of last year's revenue will be used for general expenditures. If anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Any questions from the public? Good. That's good. You did a good job, Angela.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Make a motion to adjourn, come out of the public hearing meeting. Could I have a second?
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right, I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Board of... Oops. Oh. Let me start having Board of Commissioners regular meeting September the 3rd, 5 o'clock, City Hall. At this time, I'll ask the City Clerk, Beth Davis, to please call the roll.
Commissioner Bob Glenn.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Mark Caslen.
Here.
Mayor Tom Watson.
Here.
Commissioner Sharon Neesmith. Commissioner Pam Smithwright.
Here.
Thank you. Right now, if you please stand and remove your hats if you're able for the invocation and the pledge by Mayor Pro Tem Mark Caslen.
Dear Lord, we thank you for bringing us together this evening. We ask that you send your Holy Spirit among us and bring us wisdom, patience, and help us to always work together in a manner that solves problems and helps all of those around our city. We ask this in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Clerk, read what it says there for the next thing, would you?
Item 4, presentation, National Recovery Month proclamation.
Ms. Clark, could you please come forward? Since you know more about recovery than all of us put together in this room, I think it's appropriate that we share this with you. The City of Owensboro proclamation. Whereas the City of Owensboro does affirm and acknowledge the harm and hardship caused by substance use disorder and mental illness. Whereas we recognize the purpose of the National Recovery Month as remembering loved ones lost to substance use disorder and ending the stigma of drug-related death and illness. And whereas we've resolved to play our part in reducing the toll of substance use disorder in our community, which claimed the lives of more than 23 Davis Countyans residents last year, along with countless others who have been affected forever. And whereas we affirm that the people affected by substance use disorder and our sons and daughters, our mothers and fathers, our brothers and sisters, and deserving of our love, compassion, and support. Whereas mental health and substance use disorders affect all communities nationwide with commitment and support, those impacted can embark on a journey of improved health and overall wellness. Therefore, Thomas Hart Watson, Mayor of the City of Owensboro, do hereby proclaim September 24th National Recovery Month in Owensboro and urge all citizens to observe this month with appropriate programs, activities, and ceremonies supporting National Recovery Month. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Mayor. It is a pleasure to be here again this year to accept this proclamation. September Recovery Month means an awful lot to me and has for years and years. I'm starting in my 36th year of doing this work with individuals living with substance use disorders and co-occurring mental health disorders, and I wouldn't trade what I do with anybody, anywhere. I love what I do. I thank you for honoring not just those in recovery and remembering those who are still in active addiction, but letting us take a look at the families that are involved with addiction. On an average, an addict will take about 7 people hostage with their disease. We spend a lot of time at Bulwer working on them with their disease, trying to learn new ways of living and coping and becoming productive citizens. We do know that in the state of Kentucky, For every dollar that is spent on a treatment activity, $4.11 comes back to the community in taxes that are paid, in less use of social services, and in productivity amongst its citizens. Thank you for supporting recovery. Thank you for supporting the Boulware mission. Just as an aside, we have a brand new CEO. Today is his first day.
All right.
Mr. David Gaynor, who is here. So we wish him luck with his new venture as well. Thank you.
Thank you. And on a personal note, when I was in an accident back in 1970, I got morphine every 3 hours, 24 hours a day for 27 straight days, IV. And the way they got me off of it, they pulled the IV out, put it on my chest, and said, now you're on your own. So I really commend how far the recovery process has gone, because that's a rough 10 or 11 days, I'm telling you. So thank you for all you do, and I know I speak for everyone here and everyone in our community. Without you, we wouldn't be who we are. God bless. Okay, 5A. This comes the boring stuff. Consider approval of minutes dated August the 20th, 2024. I'll make a motion to approve these minutes. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Any discussion, deletion, or additions? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. I'd like for you to consider these board appointments, please. Alliance for a Drug-Free Owensboro and Davis County, reappoint Dr. Rosalind Clark to a 3-year term expiring 31 August 2027. Reappoint Dr. Wanda Figueroa to a 3-year term expiring September the 1st, 2027. To the Human Relations Commission, appoint Andrew Bale to fill the remainder of an unexpired term which ends December 31st, 2024, replacing Dr. Anna Kuthi. Appoint LaRae Anita Jackson to fill the remainder of an unexpired term which ends December the 31st, 2026, replacing Charles Mountjoy. Owensboro River Port Authority, reappoint William G. Barron and J.T. Fulkerson to 2 4-year terms, September the 9th, 2024, effectiveness. Appoint Ashley Knight to a 4-year term, effective September 2024. And Senior Citizen Center of Owensboro and Davis County, appoint Armando Ortiz to a 3-year term, effective September the 3rd, 2024. So I make a motion to approve these board appointments. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 6, Ms. Davis, this is our second reading, and it will be roll call, I hear.
Ordinance 13-2024, an ordinance levying ad valorem taxes for municipal purposes for the fiscal year commencing July 1, 2024, and ending June 30, 2025, at the rate of 26.10 cents per $100 of assessed valuation of real property, 28.25 cents per $100 of assessed valuation of personal property, and 30.30 cents per $100 of assessed valuation of vehicles, and providing for the collection and apportionment of same, read for approval on second reading this 3rd day of September 2024.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
City Manager?
Thank you, Mayor. I did a more thorough overview of this at our last meeting, but just in summary for those who may not have heard, this is second reading of an ordinance setting 3 different property tax rates for the year. The largest and really the most well-known, or what people think of when we talk about property tax, is the tax on real property or real estate. And this ordinance decreases the real estate rate from last year, reducing it to 26.1 cents per $100 of valuation, down from 26.4 cents last year. The vehicle rate is not changing, remaining at 30.3 cents, as has been for many years. And then the final rate is on personal property, and that is really a calculation based on the real property rate. So it's done by a formula, and it sets that rate at 28.25 cents. So again, the largest, most prominent for real estate is decreasing from the rate for 2023.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Ms. Davis? Is this a roll call?
Yes, sir.
You want to do it?
Sure.
Okay.
Mayor Pro Tem Mark Castleton,
Yes.
Mayor Tom Watson,
Yes.
Commissioner Sharon Neesmith,
Yes.
Commissioner Pam Smithwright,
Aye.
Commissioner Bob Glenn.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Great. All right. 6B.
Ordinance 14-2024, an ordinance approving and adopting text amendments to Appendix F, Articles 8, 13, and 14 of the Owensboro Metropolitan Zoning Ordinance for the cities of Owensboro and Whitesville and Davis County. Read for approval on second reading this third day of September 2024.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve this ordinance. Could I have a second, please? Second. City Manager?
Thank you, Mayor. This is second reading of an ordinance putting in place various regulations related to medicinal marijuana or medicinal cannabis, medical marijuana, whatever you want to refer to it as. At the last meeting, Melissa Evans from the Planning Commission presented details of the ordinance. And tonight, Brian Howard from OMPC is here should you have any questions.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Ms. Davis?
Mayor Watson,
Yes.
Commissioner Neesmith. Yes. Commissioner Smithwright,
Aye.
Commissioner Glenn,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Casselon.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Item 7A, please.
Ordinance 15-2024, an ordinance annexing to the city of Owensboro certain unincorporated territory in the county of Davis, adjoining the present boundary line of the city, being property located at 3001 West 2nd Street, 35 Carter Road, and 45 Carter Road, containing a total of 7.996 acres, more or less, at the request of the city of Owensboro, Kentucky. Introduced and publicly read on first reading this third day of September 2024.
Thank you. There will be no vote, but we'll have discussion from City Manager, please.
This is first reading of an ordinance annexing into the city approximately 8 acres at the corner of 2nd Street and Carter Road. You might recognize this property as the site of the new senior center. The property we selected and have acquired for the senior center had never been annexed. As owner, we have consented to that annexation, so this is first reading of a consensual annexation of the site for the senior center.
Thank you. Any other discussion? It's a great place, by the way. It's going to out perfect with the botanical gardens and everything. It's going to be super. All right. Let's go to municipal order. What? It says no vote on my thing. Somebody take a note. Somebody take a note. Oopsie. 12 years I've been doing this. The first time I've ever gotten back. Go right ahead, Miss Davis.
You want me to do 8A?
Sure.
Municipal Order 26-2024, a municipal order approving and authorizing an assistance agreement between the City of Owensboro, Kentucky, by and through its City Utility Commission, DBA Owensboro Municipal Utilities, and the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority to provide up to $1 million of loan funds for project number F24-055L. Read for approval on one reading this third day of September 2024.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve this. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
City Manager, would you like to discuss this?
I'm happy to. This municipal order approves an agreement between Owensboro Municipal Utilities and the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority, allowing OMU to receive a forgivable loan. We approve all OMU debt, and because this is structured as a loan, even though it's a forgivable loan, we must take action to approve it. On a practical level, as long as OMU complies with the terms of the funding, they will receive a grant and not have to repay the loan. The city has no obligation or responsibility related to this issue, and I suspect OMU will, of course, comply and not have to make any of those payments. And OMU General Manager Tim Lyons is here if you have any specific questions about the project to be funded.
Thank you. Tim, you have any remarks? Mr. Lyons, I mean.
Tim Lyons, General Manager, OMU, 2070 Tamarack Road. Just want to say that we have worked with the federal government in posting this lead service line inventory project. We believe that this is a very good project to help move the city forward. We do not anticipate finding any lead, but at least we are required by the state and federal law to comply and to do an inventory. And this is a win-win because we will, if there's anything that's out there, we will find it and replace it. And second of all, this has no expense to our customers. So we're very pleased with this loan. And as City Manager Pagan has mentioned, it's more like a grant since it's a zero interest and refundable loan. So,
Yeah, we like those.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sir.
Any other questions? You're off the hook. Where are we now? Now we need a vote. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You win. Okay. 9A. Okay, 9A, consider personnel appointments.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners, for your consideration. Tonight, we have the following personnel appointments. Jonathan Cook, probationary, full-time, non-civil service promotional appointment to crew leader with the Grounds Department effective September 8th. Elijah Anderson, probationary, full-time, non-civil service promotional appointment to refuse truck driver with Sanitation Department effective September 8th. And then regular status are those completing their probationary periods. We have Ted Johnston, regular, full-time, non-civil service appointment to lieutenant for training with the Fire Department effective September 10th. Luke Cecil, regular, full-time, non-civil service appointment to captain with the Fire Department effective September 10th. Kevin Kloeb, regular, full-time, non-civil service appointment to driver engineer with the Fire Department effective September 24th. Catherine Phelps, regular, full-time, non-civil service appointment to assistant TAC telecommunicator with dispatch effective September 10th. And Norman Lang, regular, full-time, non-civil service appointment to lead telecommunicator with dispatch effective September 24th.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve these appointments. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Second.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. City manager comments.
Thank you, Mayor. I do have 2 or 3 comments
Oh,
tonight.
man.
First, I know it's more than usual. Twice a year, the city puts out rather large documents that we have in the budget, which is 300 or 400 pages, and then we get an annual audit, which is also 200 or 300 pages. And so, in response to that, twice a year we put out various reports that are much more manageable. This is the OBKY budget report. It basically takes a 300 or 400 page budget and makes it into 12 or 13 digestible pages.
Would you call that in my office? Budget for dummies?
I didn't call it that,
Oh, okay.
but some may have in the past in other contexts. But we do put this out every year after the budget is approved. So I'd like to acknowledge the hard work from Angela Waninger, Whitney McFarland, Beth Davis in compiling this. And so this will go out effective immediately. And so it'll go out on social media. We make hard copies available as well. So happy to do this in a way that is more digestible for members of the community. That's one comment. Second comment, this weekend the city will host the 2024 Special Olympics State Softball Tournament at Jack Fisher Park for the first time since 2007. We have 40 teams and nearly 700 athletes from across the state who will be participating. Games get underway on all 4 fields at 6 p.m. Friday evening. They continue 9 a.m. on Saturday through last games beginning at 2 p.m. Saturday. And then the tournament concludes on Sunday with games at 9, 10, 15, and 11:30. There's also a skills competition that starts Saturday morning. I know our team at the Parks and Recreation Department have worked effortlessly to get the park ready, so I'd like to acknowledge their efforts because they are very much appreciated. It is a pretty special event, so if you have time, go out and see that. And then finally, the air show is fast approaching, so I've asked Tim Ross to give us a quick update talking about parking, street closures, those types of things. And so, Tim, if you would talk to us briefly about the air show.
Yes, sir. Obviously, air show is pretty big. It has an impact on quite a few folks from not just Owensboro, but around the region with some of the things. So just wanted to give a real quick update as a reminder that they'll start hearing some aircraft and seeing some stuff by the middle of next week. So just hitting the highlights of what the event is. It starts, again, jets start coming into town Wednesday and Thursday, but the activities kick off on Friday, 1 week from this Friday. So it'll be Friday on the 13th. And there'll be practices during the afternoon time, but the general public are all invited on Friday evening out to the regional airport. Starting at 4 o'clock is when we open up the gates. And that's really the best opportunity for folks to get up close and kind of personal with it. I'm always amazed how many people we talk to that ask for the opportunity. Will we get a chance to meet some of the pilots? When can I see the planes? And that's Friday night, and it's amazing. And there's typically 8,000 to 10,000 folks that are out there on Friday evening, but there's a pretty good display of military aircraft that kids of all ages can climb inside of a Black Hawk helicopter or a big C-130 from the Air Guard and things like that. So it's the chance that they can kind of get their hands on it and feel it and see it. in addition to some evening aerobatics and some displays that night. So we'll start at 4 is when the gates open, and we'll wrap up probably pretty close to 8 o'clock that evening. And then Saturday and Sunday, the show is over the river, starts at 12:30 both days. We will do the annual Bridge Walk event that we've been doing for quite a few years on Saturday morning. So we'll close the bridge around 7 in the morning, but 7:30 is what time it'll open up for folks to be able to walk or bike and enjoy that bridge walk time. And then again, the show starts at 12:30, and we'll wrap up both Saturday and Sunday somewhere around 4:15 in the afternoon. So again, reminder about the bridge closure because it affects folks from all around the region. We will close that because it's required for the safety zone each day. So Thursday afternoon and Friday, it'll close at 12 o'clock and open up by 4:30, probably at the latest, unless there's any weather issues or delays. We might be able to open it a little bit before that, but we'll get it open at least by 4:30. And then Saturday, again, bridge will be closed at 7 a.m. for people to enjoy the bridge walk starting at 7:30. And then Sunday, closed from 12 o'clock to about 4:30. So that has impact. Regularly, we talk to different employers, even some of our first responders and folks from the other side of the water that are helping us in the emergency response with all of our folks, and that's important to them getting back and forth across there. So we wanted to be sure and highlight that. But all the details to it are on the Air Show website. We've got lots of videos that we post and information on the Instagram page and Facebook page to give people updates about parking and times and seating opportunities and things like that. So again, big thank you to all of our partners. Owensboro Health is a big part of this, as well as lots of other big partners in the community, and we thank them for being a part of it. So we just wanted to give a quick highlight and remind everybody next weekend.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. We're done. We're all set.
As if on cue.
Yep. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Good
All right,
job.
thank you.
Thank you. It is the Blue Angels, right? That's correct. Okay. Thank you. Okay, where am I now, city clerk? Number 10, communication from elected officials. I'm gonna go first tonight, just because I always go last, but we had a great week in Owensboro. Big announcement with Swedish Match. A lot of careers, I call them. Some people call them jobs. We didn't actually have a lot to do with that financially. They just did this on their own. They love this community. And the reason is because of the increase in sales in the Zen product. And in fact, they're actually building a whole new factory in Colorado, I think, just to supply the foreign supply for it. So it's a great expansion. And I was with the governor, and it was printed in the paper that I don't see him very much because we're different parties, but that's not true. I welcome him every time he's here, and we spent a lot of time. We went to the Green River Valley. We went to that Birch House there for the young adult males, and he was very gracious, and we had a really great day. It's, when the governor announced it's the biggest jobs project in the Commonwealth for the entire year, that's a pretty big deal. So we're interested in doing more. We welcome all the people that we can to our community as far as economic development, and the participation with the governor here just made it that much more special. And in fact, the last time he was here was the Big Rivers opening coming over from Henderson, and we sat on the dais together on the outside, and he was announcing all the economic development across the Commonwealth. And I said, what about us? He said, well, we got something big coming, and here it is. That's a big deal. So we're grateful to the governor and all the people that work on those projects in Frankfurt. So Swedish Match is creating careers out there for people. I know multiple people who have retired from there and had a good job experience, and I'm very proud of Swedish Match. So, okay, Commissioner Glenn.
I would just echo what you said, Mayor. It was a great day. It's unlikely that I'll shake the governor's hand 3 times, and the 3rd time he goes, okay, you've hit your limit. But we were glad to see him. And those new jobs are very much appreciated and needed in our community. They're good paying jobs. And you add that with Ms. Can and R&L Transport, and we've had a really, really good 60 days of economic development in Owensboro. Also toured the Empowerment Academy. That's coming along, a homeless shelter for high school kids. I think eventually this commission has supported that. It will open, and I think that'll be a tremendous asset to our community, help kids finish school. The Birch Center at River Valley just continues to have more ribbon cuttings than some businesses to serve the addicted and those with mental health issues. There is somebody here that I do want to point out, and that is I attended the Labor Council event yesterday, our Labor Day picnic, and Donna Haynes has been doing this longer, I don't know, it must be 3 decades, but Donna deserves tremendous round of applause for all she does in our community for working men and women, regardless of whether you're a union member or not. She helped host that event along with the Labor Council, and I thought it was a very nice event. So I think we've had a great week, and looking forward to the air show. Tim, thank you for all your hard work, and Amanda also with the Special Olympics event. We appreciate all the hard work our city employees do. Thank you.
Are we going to clap for Donna or not? Commissioner Smith-Wright.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Everything the mayor said, everything Bob said.
That's why I ain't going last all the time.
Yeah, and I also had thank you to Donna for the work that she does with that picnic. I went to the Fire Station 3 farewell and went to Bourbon and Bags at the River Park Center, and the River Park Center looked like old times. It was, a lot of folks there looked like they were having a great time. And I want to tell you about the Freedom Walk that we're having again this year on September the 11th, and it's about our first responders. So both chiefs are here, so I'd ask any of your departments that can participate. We will line up at Fire Station 1 at 10:30, and we will walk to the courthouse at 11 o'clock, and the short program will be at the First Responders Monument, and that's September the 11th at 10:30 at Fire Station 1. And that's about it. Thank you.
Commissioner Neesmith.
I just want to say ditto to everything. We've all done that. It was one of the most exciting days. Those that know me personally know that I'm a very enthusiastic person, and the day that we had the announcement of the Swedish Match, the Birch Center, the Empowerment Academy, all the things that happened, it was just great. And when I first was elected, become a corporate world, I kept looking, okay, what's the plan? What are we going to do next? What are we supposed to do? And then we've always talked about what do we need to do to keep us growing and not become a stagnant community. And by gosh, we've got a plan, and I think there's a whole lot more coming, and it is a very exciting time to be here. And it's not because of just us or anyone, it's because a lot of people have done this. But I also think it speaks very well for the fact that a large company like that recognizes that we have people in our community, one that need jobs, one that want jobs, and ones that are ready to take them. And I have to end with the Labor Day picnic. Donna is kind enough to let me serve all the time, but I got the baked beans this time, and so I'm going to protest because we got to drain those next time. On that. But it was fun, and it was I really wish that everyone, as they're growing up and stuff, were exposed to the fundamentals of labor and union and why. And you don't have to be a union member to do those principles. It's letting people know, yes, you have a job. Here's what you're going to get paid. Here's what your benefits are. Here's what's expected of you. It's some very basic, elementary things, but it was really great. I am the daughter of a steel worker, and actually had gentlemen that came up to me once they knew that and told me their names, and I could remember my father talking about them. I'm not going to tell you what I could remember him saying about some of them, but it was a great time. It's an exciting time to be in Owensboro, and thank you all. Everybody does it.
Thank you. Is that everybody? Oh, Commissioner Castle, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor. Speaking on the union's behalf, I was a Teamster for 41 and a half years, and never did I ever feel like paying my dues was an unworthy thing. It was it added benefits for all of us, and the working America also reaps those benefits. Your 40-hour week, your 5-day work weeks were all negotiated by unions, and people don't realize how many benefits that they get in life that were negotiated by unions that they get to receive. On another note, in 2000, I was elected to the City Commission, and I appreciate the people of Owensboro for electing me to this position. 2002, I was elected as Mayor Pro Tem. But today, I'm here to tell you that I will be withdrawing from the commission race. I have talked it over with my family, my wife. I prayed over it, and we just feel like a break right now is in order. I've had some medical issues, non-life-threatening, but somewhat life-changing, and we have wanted to travel and spend more time with the family. And as much as I love my city family, I've got to take care of my immediate family first, and so I will be withdrawing from the race. I know that a lot of the people that are, I feel like I would probably have been voted in again, but those that are newcomers, I'm sure they're very excited right now, and I'm happy for them. But anyway, come January 1st, I'll be fully retired, and I have to admit, it's kind of a sad feeling for me, but a glad feeling at the same time, if you can digest that. But thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. It's very heartfelt. And just as a side note, my dad was in the coal mines with John L. Lewis, and shoveled gravel for 10 cents an hour. So he was tickled to death when somebody came in there, and it didn't take him long to get in the Teamsters and start driving the truck. But it was 10 cents an hour is what he made shoveling gravel inside.
That was hard work too.
Yeah. So, but anyway. Okay.
Mayor.
Communication. Whoops. Go ahead.
I'd like for us to give Mark a round of applause, a standing ovation.
That's very humbling.
If you cry, I'm going to tell everybody.
I'm not going to cry.
All right.
I feel it here in my heart.
Okay, good job, Commissioner. All right, where are we? Open public forum? All right. Members of the audience may address the Board of Commissioners on any matter of public concern that was not on tonight's agenda. Comments are limited to issues within the scope and responsibility of the Commission. Commission meetings are held to conduct city business for the benefit of Owensboro citizens and taxpayers. The meetings are not intended to serve as public forums for candidates who are campaigning for political office. Political candidates will not be allowed to use the Commission meeting to promote his or her candidacy for public office. At this time, anyone who wishes to address the City Commission, please make their way to the podium to be recognized. Speakers must state their name and address for the clerk's record. Limit their remarks to 3 minutes or less. Since the item's not on the agenda, no response is required from the staff or the Board of Commissioners. Okay, who's up?
Donna Haynes, 7845 Monarch Road, Philpott, Kentucky. Thank you for your kind words about the picnic. One other thing I will say about unions, a woman that gets the same pay as a man right next to her, has all along. And another thing, since all the other commissioners have spoken highly. We'd love to see you, Mayor, at one of our Labor Day picnics.
I've been to it when Wendell Ford used to have them at the Sports Center.
Wendell Ford.
Yeah, that's how long ago.
Labor Day picnic? That was a Wendell Ford picnic. But anyway, this is the Union picnic and our Workers' Memorial. The reason I'm here, I was here a few months ago and I complained strongly about the condition of English Park when we went there last year and about a charge I was made. And when I complain about something, I mean it, but when there's something good, I also want to stand up. And I want to stand up today to say English Park it couldn't have been in better shape than what it was yesterday. All the tables were clean. I did not have to separate them from unmake beds. The garbage cans had liners in them, and then 2 of your city workers come by and checked and even brought us some toters, which was really nice. So when I complain, I mean it, but when I thank you, I mean it as well. Wonderful job. I appreciate it so much and appreciated the help. Thank you.
Thank you. Leland, you can pass that on because I know you had something to do with that, so I appreciate it. Anybody else?
I'm sure Amanda had something.
Amanda who? Public Works. In Public Works, yeah.
Well, thank you anyway.
What do you want to do, clerk? Wrap it up so she can go on vacation. I'll make a motion to adjourn. Could I have a second, please? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, you're welcome to stay.